1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to Chicken Bananas. Chicken Banana. The first ever Chicken Banana Show.
Yeah.
Episode 1.
That'll work for ourselves. But that's a good thing, right? If you're doing it right, you've got a lot of work. And, well, you're getting paid for doing a lot of work. Then you're doing it right.
People are going to be like, man, is this Wayne's World or what are y'all trying to do? We're trying to figure it out, folks. That's what we're doing.
That's a great comparison. If we could ever be compared to Wayne's World, I'd take it.
I would too. Party on, y'all.
Party on.
So, speaking of partying on, Brandon, you sent me this feller. I think so. Sleazy P Martini.
Yeah, let's talk about him.
I do want to talk about him because I didn't do as much research as I should have, but it looks like Sleazy's the manager for Guar, right? Is that what it is?
I think he may be a former manager, but the way he was talking made it sound like he's still their manager. So,
yes. Now, in days of past, even though the content that you sent me of Sleazy P Martini was new and groundbreaking,
sure was.
Was he on Adult Swim or did they make a cartoon of Sleazy? Like, for some reason, I have seen that character, and then he has taken this into the real life art form with the hair and unknown Henson and everything's got the fake sideburns that he adds onto his show and stuff like that. Right. But Sleazy's taken it to a whole new level.
Sure has.
What did you find out about Mr. Martini here?
So that's about all that I knew of. Was he was associated with Guar,
which makes sense.
Oh, I've heard of this guy before. I've heard of him probably while I've been on Guar's Wikipedia page. This guy supposedly also taught them to play their instruments, and he got them addicted to crack.
Oh, so, good. Thanks, Sleazy.
Great influence.
He did look a little green in the skin, and all the live video shots of him at the local, truck stop signing autographs to the 5 people in line. I
didn't see that. Was that for real?
So my research went down his Facebook page.
Okay.
And it was sorry that all the members of Guar that were supposed to attend this really shitty Comic-Con, but not even a Comic-Con. It's at a truck stop.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we're Trailer Park Boys.
It was Trailer Park Boys style. Yeah. And Sleazy's yeah, so those guys aren't going to make it, but I'm going to be there signing autographs. And so then there's a picture of 2 people in line, and he looks sick. He's green, but he's still got the full thing, man, with the hairdo and everything. Yeah. And I'm liking where he's going.
Wow.
I just don't know why he. Maybe I am uninformed. That could be it. We're going to learn that I'm not the most informed human being on the planet, but I think if Unknown Henson had his rise and fall, then where's Sleazy's action at? Because he deserves it, man. He's putting in that work.
It looks like he's ready to take the throne. I found this. Here's another interesting reference. I never listened to this band. I knew they were big in the 90s. I think uncles and stuff maybe had a couple records. So I knew the name. I've never listened to them before. They're called Cherry Poppin' Daddies. Have you ever heard of them?
I have. I couldn't tell you a song, but I've definitely heard that.
Yeah. Apparently they have a song from 94 called Pink Elephant. And
wonder what that's referenced to.
Uh-huh. And they talk about Sleazy P Martini is the owner of the CD nightclub. I guess there's a CD nightclub that they're in the lyrics of the song, and he's the owner. Makes sense, though. I could see him doing that.
Yeah, I think Sleazy's got fingers in multiple martinis,
From what we know about him so far, right? Yeah, I'd love to put him on, man. Let's see how many subscribers he has today, because he only had like 3,000 the other day. So he's up to 8,000. That's great.
Yeah, he had a push by some YouTuber or somebody that when I got on all the comments, they were like, "Hey, so and so sent
So
me
and so brought me here. Sticks.
sticks."
Yeah. Yeah, I watch a little bit of Sticks. He's interesting as well. He's more political though. Not wanting to go there.
Hmm. Well, sleazy reminds me of that guy that I was telling you about that all the fishermen in town bought him a boat. You know
Yes.
that guy.
Yes.
He
Yeah, yeah,
looked
yeah.
he looks exactly like sleazy.
Really?
If we threw some sleazy hair
Yeah,
on this
yeah, yeah.
dude, he would be
Really? That's
the guy.
fascinating.
He would be
Hilarious.
But I think he's asleep now because he like gets up at like 5 in the morning to fish all day.
No, well, there you go.
So we would have to schedule him, you know, during after fishing hours and
After
get him
fishing hour,
on, and we
little
could like
happy
dub.
hour,
Yep, yep.
little happy hour
Little,
on the boat.
little chicken bananas dub session. We'll just throw him in and
You know
once in a
what?
while. Maybe get a lake report, and ask him how he's doing.
Oh, lake report. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This would work.
I
That'd be
think
perfect.
it's random enough to people will be like, "What's going on?" And also,
It would.
it's random enough for my green screen background to have Miley Cyrus swinging
Yep.
background.
Yep.
Shout out,
I
chick.
like the Elon Musk doing the. I don't know what he's doing.
He's
Some
had a
kind of
hell of a
dance.
year.
Sure. Sure. Apparently.
Good for him.
Yeah. Coming out with a cheap Tesla soon. I saw
Oh, cool.
$25,000 price point. I think.
Yep. Yeah, that's gonna be easier for folks to get in.
I just want a cheaper um, SUV. I was talking to somebody about the Cybertruck. He's not a believer. He's not a believer because he doesn't think it could, based on the specs that were published on the website. Now, this has been months ago, and I didn't ever look these specs up myself. I had never taken the time, but he did look them up, and he was like, I can't haul. I can only haul so much. He calculated it. And I can only go 2 hours with that haul. But if I'm going to haul it, it's possible that I'm going to go 4 hours with it. So he pointed me in the direction of this other electric vehicle. I'll have to ask him the name of it. Truck, big truck though. It's much bigger than the Cybertruck. Well, it's a different kind of form. It looks more like a normal truck. Um, that one he really believes is going to be the true electric work truck
Interesting.
if they can get off the ground, of course, because it's so difficult. And like Musk cracked the nut. I mean, he's still
Sure.
dealing with the dealership stuff, but he at least he has people like eating out of his hands for this stuff. People love these cars.
Yeah, especially. I mean, when I
I've
saw
heard great things about them. Nothing but good things.
when I saw that truck get released, I was like, oh man, you could fry an egg on top of that thing.
I tell you what, you probably could.
I'm sure he's got something figured out there. Put some solar panels on that son bitch, and you'll be all right.
See, the thing for me is I don't need a haul, but it would suck if you spent the money on it. You got a truck. Oh yeah, I got a truck. And then you can't haul the distance. You'd be like, well, I can haul it halfway.
Yeah,
So
yeah. To me, it's like there's country folks
yeah,
trucks, and then like city trucks, where it's like,
yes,
I need to move a box spring. Let me
like
bring my
a
Tesla truck over here.
right, exactly, or a Lincoln. Have you ever seen the Lincoln trucks?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Where
I've
like
never seen any of those on a job site
no,
ever.
the back of the bed is
Yeah,
about like 3 feet long.
right.
No, I mean all the work that I've done in terms of haul and stuff, it's always been a big old diesel,
Yeah, yeah,
blowing smoke up to the heavens.
yep. And that's what he said. He was, cognizant of, like, hey, I need to buy a truck because he bought a truck at the end of last year, and I need to buy a truck. I know this electric thing is on the horizon. If I'm going to buy a truck, I'm going to get the right truck. So I want to have the truck. I don't want to just buy cars. So he was like, I don't think electric's gonna be there for the next X number of years. He thinks like he's gonna have this truck for 5 years, so he may reassess at that point. So potentially for 5 more years. I'm curious to see how it plays out, to see what the Cybertruck really can do once we get it done to production, because that was the big thing, right? It just wasn't in production yet. They're still trying to figure out
Yeah,
how to make it,
to my knowledge, it's still not. But
yeah, feasible.
Mhm.
One day we'll be more educated on these topics before we launch into them.
Hey, Brandon, let's talk about astrophysics.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you what I know about astrophysics. Seriously, I will say though, I was watching this thing on Netflix. Was it Netflix? Yeah, it's called The Universe or something like that. It's pretty neat. I think it's like old History Channel or something. It's been
Oh,
pretty cool.
it's not like Carl Sagan stuff, is it?
No. It's from like late 90s. Speaking of, I've been watching a lot of 90s stuff lately.
Yeah, I've been diving into 80s films and
Okay.
90s films and stuff. But what are you talking about in terms of 90s?
Well, I sent you a while back those episodes of When Ben Stein's Money. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that was like when Jimmy Kimmel first got a job, you know.
Yep. I watched those several times now. This one called The Universe that I told you about. I watched some Pete and Pete recently.
Oh, okay. That's
Um,
you going back.
yeah.
This is our childhood, you know.
Yeah, man.
I
Uh
Dude, I loved when Ben Side and Money when it was going on, and um, when I
it
played
was something
at home, I thought it did pretty good, you know.
yeah, it was different. I don't think it blew up. Like I think when it was first gonna when they announced it and they were trying to promote it, initial release, we were kids, but still I felt like what I was seeing was like, oh, this is gonna be the next hot show on Comedy Central. I
Yeah.
don't know that it ever turned into that, did
Well,
it?
and then from Jimmy Kimmel to jump and start the Man Show with
Yes.
Adam Carolla,
Yeah.
with just a bunch of bikini girls jumping on trampolines. I remember as a kid, I was like,
Yes.
"The Man Show!"
The
Woo, woo.
man show, right?
And I
Yeah,
couldn't tell you to this day what was on that show other
right.
than just a bunch of flapping tits in the wind, you know,
That's true.
drinking
That's the
beer.
only I have memories of that, and then I also have memories of, when they'll come back from a commercial break and they'll be sitting up in the audience. Like I remember the whole pan they would do,
Yeah.
but
But it's
that's
funny
it.
because it's like those kind of things, and then like Chappelle Show, you could remember every freaking skit that
Oh,
happened, you know, and that was
yes.
like
Yeah, man.
the thing, you know. But all these shows before that set up other, other careers. I mean, the fact that Kimmel's doing what he's doing now from the Man Show is pretty phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. I think it's phenomenal. It's like that's the job right there. That's the big job. Got called up for a big job.
Sucking that corporate teeth all the way to the
Yep.
top.
Oh man. I found a cold case TV show, also from 1999. That's really cool. There's something about the color, the light, the vibe, the graphics, and stuff like that. Like it's super calming. It's very easy to tune it out too. So I just put it
Mhm.
on in the background.
As opposed to today's media where it's just like in
Yeah,
your face, and you're like,
right.
I've
Like an IMAX theater.
learning about somebody that got murdered and we still haven't found the bones, you know?
Right. Yeah. It's a trade-off, I suppose, because when you have a sound system and you're playing some of these things, it's like, man, the fidelity on some of these sounds never used to come through on television before.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the market for a new TV, trying to figure out how, like, the one TV without having to buy like additional equipment like a PS4 or 5 or whatever it is,
I see.
because I want to have Disney Plus so I can watch The Mandalorian.
Okay, right.
I want to have HBO Max because so far that's been the most, um,
Worth
like
it.
worth it service so far. Like I quit Netflix, Hulu's trash.
Yeah,
And I'm just talking about movies. Like I don't watch much TV shows and stuff like that. So in terms
Sure.
of movies, like, um, and so like I'm predominantly just YouTube and then some Amazon Prime for my really, really, really crappy horror movies.
True.
Um, and so yeah, it's
I've seen some good A24 films though on Amazon Prime.
oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Anything that A24 is doing so far. I haven't seen anything that of A24 that I'm like they did not knock it
Me
out of
too.
the park in terms of the content that they're
Me
making.
too. Cause like I don't always look into it. I'll just press play, and it's like A24. When that comes up, it's like it's gonna be good.
It's gonna
They're
be
batting
something.
1,000 right now.
Oh yeah, yeah for sure. But yeah, so I'm trying to find a TV instead of having to buy an Apple TV to route it in. I want the
Right.
one smart TV that has the licensing for all these things, and it's still a process, man. It's like why is it so hard in
Yes.
2020 for all
I
these
know.
companies to figure out that
I know.
we want to have a very
Mhm.
simplified system? I don't
Yep.
want to be my freaking 80-year-old grandpa with like 16 remotes being like, how do you turn the TV on? You
Yep.
know, I want to turn the TV on and then be able to choose what streaming app I want to use. And then bam, it's connected, hardwired into the internet. Bam, done. It
Yep.
goes to my surround system and I'm done. And right now, I'm not finding a TV that can do that. So then it's like, okay, you know, do I buy another gaming system? I don't really play that much games, but it would be. But then when I started looking into that, I was like, what games would if I were to get into a new system?
MLB The Show.
MLB The Show. You think?
Yeah. I've just been wanting to play it for so long, and I haven't been able to because it's only on PlayStation. So
Ah,
yeah, I've just been really like tunnel vision with it.
yeah. Well, back in the day, I mean, yeah, I was all the time playing baseball video games.
Yeah.
I couldn't
I
tell you
missed
which ones
them.
I had, but I remember just like I think we even had that set up in Antioch when you and I lived together. And
It was around. I don't know if it was hooked up.
yeah, I don't know if we played it that often, but
I think you guys had it hooked up when it was a studio,
okay,
maybe.
yeah, probably being like, come down to my full service recording studio where look,
The
I
PS2.
paid $70 in plants from Home Depot for the Vibe, and
Right.
there's a PlayStation 1 down here with baseball.
Baseball. I got 4 games. It's all baseball, but they're different years.
NFL Blitz
NFL Blitz. Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, man. I played it on arcade recently, or within the past several years, over there, 2 bits.
Oh, right. Well, and that's man, I've been looking into that too, because I, the goal is to have that downstairs room with the pool table, where we have dartboard set up and
Love it.
you throw darts, shoot pool, and then I was like,
Love
man,
it.
I wonder if I could fit one of those stand up arcade things in,
There you go.
because on Facebook Marketplace, there's dudes like around the country that sell a
Mhm.
one-off system that has like 2,000 games in it.
Oh,
So it's like got
cool.
every game known to man, Mortal Kombat, NFL Blitz, all that stuff. And I don't know how they
Mortal Kombat.
figured out the licensing and all that crap to do that.
Well, maybe they don't.
They probably do. I think they just like hacked it and
They
then
just have like an emulator and they stick it in a machine and hook up the buttons.
yeah, they probably put like one of those Raspberry Pi deals in there and just
Yeah. I
call it a
wonder.
day.
Huh. But I've heard of these before. I've heard people have like, oh yeah, man, you like that kind of stuff? Did you know that you could? So I've heard people have told me about it before.
Yeah, so it's out there, man. And just to plop that thing in there and joystick
Bro, with all the
stuff to death.
games. Oh man. Because really you're just gonna you don't want a bunch of machines, like if I could get like a dedicated Mortal Kombat machine, like that'd be okay, that'd be cool, but you got to have the space for it and you got to want to deal with it. If you're only going to get one machine, let me get a machine where I can put a bunch of games on it, old games. What's that, Gears of War?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, it's an old game back on the
God damn it. One, two, three, four. Welcome to Chicken Bananas.
Chicken banana.
The first ever Chicken Banana Show.
Yeah.
Episode 1.